for us to come back to the house of the Lord. That if we're seeking to be Christians and we have a desire to make our way into heaven, I think it's important for us to come to the house of the Lord, learn what is being said and what is being taught here at the house of the Lord. I benefited immensely from this past week's Bible study. And so I want to encourage people to come back to Bible study.
Amen. Amen.
We can learn something here. There's a lot to be learned in Bible study.
Amen.
And so I learned some things at Bible study this week. And hopefully, if you'll bear with me, I'll be able to illuminate what it is that I learned. And it was something about myself. But if you was here this past week, you know that the pastor prayed at the end of the service. And he spent quite a while praying for one particular individual. We'll call him Deacon Harden. And so I couldn't help but to go home and over the past few days to think about that prayer. It was a wonderful prayer. It was a prayer of concern. And so it made me think about some things. And so when I thought about that prayer, I thought about ships. And what I thought about as ships is, a ship or a big boat will spend a lot of time in the water. And over the years, they build up these things called barnacles on the bottom of the ship. And what barnacles do is it weighs the ship down. So now the ship sits a little lower in the water. And then when the ship's trying to go from one place to another, it slows the ship down so that it don't get there as fast as it used to. And so when I got to thinking about the ship and I thought about me, I got to thinking, well, maybe I got some barnacles on me that's slowing me down, that's making me sit a little deeper in the water than what I should be sitting. And so I saw an occasion where they took the ship out of the water, and some of the barnacles, they were able to just kind of spray some water on and wash the barnacles away. Some of the barnacles, they were able to scrape away. But some of the barnacles, they had to use a hammer and a chisel to chisel them away.
All right, D.
And so I began to be concerned by hearing the prayer and wondering if I had some barnacles on me that's slowing me down. And if I had some barnacles that were easily washed away.
Yeah. All right, D.
And so then I began to realize, well, maybe I'm at a point now to where some of the barnacles have to be scraped off of me.
Talk to us.
And I'm scared to get to the point to where the barnacles have to be chipped off of me. Because I know then I'm going to be going through some things. And so in order not to have to go through some things sometimes, maybe we try to keep the barnacles from building up on us in the first place. So I'm encouraging us to come in and hear what the Lord is saying to us on Wednesday nights in our Bible studies. And this may help keep some of these barnacles from building up on us and slowing us down. So that's kind of just my own personal message. And it's my own personal plea. I remember that one time we had Bible studies, and it was joyous to be here.
Amen.
We had people all the way around the pews, from the front pew to the back pew. That's how many people were here. And that should be how it should be again.
Amen.
Bible study has, of late, taken on a little different turn. Not to say it wasn't interesting and exciting before, but there seems to be an excitement and a difference about the way we're doing Bible study nowadays. So I think that if you make it up in your mind to come out for Bible study on Wednesday, that we may learn something, and our faith and our hope will be renewed, and we'll find ourselves restored, and we'll find ourselves being joyous about the things that we do. When we come in here, we can come in and we can have joy on our face when we come in here.
Amen.
So I hope that made a little bit of sense, a little story about the barnacles, because Lord knows Deacon Harden got plenty of barnacles attached to him, but it is my desire to have those barnacles removed. And so I know that sometimes it may be a painful process to do that, but in order for me to get where I want to go, it's a necessary part of the process.